All right, quick overview of the All-Clad D3 pan. I did put this from a different pan over it just because I wanted to be able to put it in the oven and stuff without having to use a glove. But I believe this is the 8-inch pan. Now, my view on these All-Clad pans is that they are the only pans you're ever going to have to buy. This is probably a 15-year-old pan, and it is used every single day to cook things from eggs to sauces to meat to anything I'm going to cook. I'm going to cook in this. And if I need a bigger one, I'm going to cook in this. And if I need a pot, I'm going to cook in the All-Clad pot. So here's the thing. Maybe you heard me. I said eggs. I'm cooking eggs in this. If you're busy using a Teflon or some sort of non-stick, you know you got to clean that thing either way, and there's no way it's actually non-stick. And then you're not even supposed to scratch it very hard, so how are you supposed to get some of that stuff off? If you're using a non-stick pan and you manage to get absolutely nothing to stick to it, good on you. But I know this non-stick, they said you're not even supposed to use this part of the, you're only supposed to use the soft part of a sponge on it. Now here's my view. My view is I know this is non-toxic. I know I can cook anything in here and it's not going to give off into my food. And I also know it's going to stick like crazy. But I do know that I can scrub it as hard as I want to with one of these, which is also made out of stainless steel, and I can scrape anything off in less time than I'm going to be able to get off something off of a non-stick with the soft side of this and no scratches. So my go is completely non-toxic, and then pull out the big bazooka scratcher and get that stuff off. This is probably a 15-year-old pan. All-Clad D3, 3 levels of their 15-year-old pan. Looks nice and shiny and new, even though I've hit this thing on sear with a steak in it for way too long and completely burned it and blackened the sides. But even when I blacken the sides from oil splattering all over it, I can eventually scrape it out with this. Anyway, I'll put a little video right now of me cleaning this with some egg in it and the other bigger one with some fried rice on it. Take care. All right, as promised, the continuation of the All-Clad 12-inch. Now, here's the thing. If you get a non-stick pan, then that means you have to you can't really even scrub it very hard. And you try to do it with one of these and you're like, let me get that water out. You're like, oh, I want to scrub that. This is fried on rice, like really crisp in there, and it leaves some little stains and stuff like that. It gets off a decent amount of it, but there's stuff that you'd really have to get into with. If you did that with a non-stick pan, you're not even supposed to push that hard. So what I say is I'll go with, and also the non-stick stuff is not supposed to be very good for you. Whereas what I say, let's just go with the really super high quality All-Clad stainless steel pan. And then we're also going to pull out the big bazooka, the big superpower for being able to scrub things off. So this isn't going to have any problem. Just put a little bit of water in there and get it right off. And it comes off right away because you're scrubbing it with one of these. This is like a stainless steel thing itself. So it's not going to have any problem. And in fact, it even has, it can get off the stains that have maybe been on there for years. Because I had stains on these for years before I realized if I just scrub it with this, I can get everything off. Let me move that over here. This is also an All-Clad pan, but I put a little thing on it. This I think is the 8-inch. So I have some really crisp ones. You would never cook eggs in a stainless steel pan, right? So all you got to do is put a little bit of water. And if the problem is getting the egg off of even the non-stick, the Teflon, it's hard to do. So you end up scratching it, and then you're not supposed to have it, so you got to buy a new one. And I got tired of buying new ones. So just going to get in there and scratch it right off with the good scratching material. And that's probably less scraping than I would do if I had a non-stick with a way weaker scratching material. You can see almost all of it's off already. Maybe one more little. And that's it. Now we have a shiny, nice, clean pan without worrying about anything in my food, just everything being clean. All right? Take care.